Alright everybody, welcome back to another Inscryption stream, Kaycee's mod. We will be continuing, of course, with the trying to finish off all of the challenges. Now, as we encountered last time, this starter deck, I don't remember the name. The cost-free starter deck was actually quite powerful. However, with our wishes to, of course, try to beat every single deck, we'll take the Fisher deck to start off with. And now we need 110 points. Yeesh. Well, the Waterborne Sigil, annoying. Taking all of the base ones I used last time is 10, so... No, 100. If we take the pricey pelts and no clover, I believe that should be doable. Smaller backpack could potentially be used, but having an extra item is more important than, or at times more important than being able to reroll. So, straight into it, the snow line. Mealworm and a ringworm. Whoa. That's not too difficult to achieve. The question is just if we'll get the right pieces. And today, I think I will be an old prospector today. Let's see, the best garb is this one. Alright, Leslie. Let's get into this. Are your pelts clean? Hair pelts? The cat and the wolf cub. You have my gratitude. Now, a totem or an item. I think I can wait to get the pack rat. I think I'll take the totem. The decrepit woodcarver appeared before you. She moved with a certain vigor in spite of her considerable age. I guess I'll take the spawns. You hunched down to place her offering in your pack. When you looked up again, the ancient woman had vanished. Okay, first battle of the stream. Hopefully it will be an okay one. Actually getting the cat out on the board immediately. Really strong. Only problem is I have to assure victory before any more damaging cards come out on the table. Also the Great Kraken, there's no room for him right now. He might turn into something terrible, so I'll just let him sleep. He doesn't need to do anything first round. Well, we also get quite a bit of overkill first round. Not complaining there. Good. Cost cards. Flying ant. Getting an ant deck could be nice, but too situational. The decrepit woodcarver appeared before you. She moved with a certain vigor in spite of her considerable age. Is it always that? The flying one is just overall nice. The grey-haired woman silently collected her carvings and left. Okay. I see there's a trapper straight after this. I doubt we'll be able to purchase anything. The elk phone, and that will move, so I'll place the cat over here. Ish. Oh, the ish, that's a problem? Or is it? Ah, yeah, it's a problem. I'll deal 5 damage, but that isn't enough to tip the scales. Actually, never mind. Interesting. 4 damage, because oh wait, 4 damage because it's the closest to the bell, probably. Well, like then our victory is assured. That's nice at least. Okay, so the Great Kraken can be really good, but it's too luck-based, honestly. Turkey, vulture, magpie, and moosebuck. If I can get a black goat, then the moosebuck will really be powerful. You came upon the old woodcarver who fixed her intense gaze upon you. After an overlong moment of silence, she moved to offer her carvings. Bones, I guess. Without another word, the woodcarver was gone. Not really getting too many great heads. Like, I guess I'd want the bird one. Place the cat there. The Great Kraken. Hope for the bell one. And we did it. We got the bell one. So this is over then. Spoke too soon. Well, now it should be over. The magpie, the mirror, and the grizzly. Wait, I didn't grab. No, I did not grab the magpie. Black goat and sacrifice, and the cat. No, I'll take the magpie. That way I might be able to get the cat even if I were to be unlucky. Actually, give the magpie stats to the wolf cub. Wolf cub is a lot cheaper originally, so there's a higher chance that I'll be able to play it. But oh, I did not account for the big 2 sacrifice slots here. That could be a problem. Can't sacrifice the moosebuck. I guess I could give the moosebuck a flying. Yeah, that's the best one I have. Don't really want to give it the alarm. First boss challenge. And unfortunately it's a trapper. You took in the familiar sights and scents of the trapper's pelts. But something was different. The once friendly man now beheld you with a steely gaze. I am afraid I must be skinning you today. Get the cat out of... Okay, being honest right now, I don't believe I stand a chance unless I were to grab a strange frog. Then I can place the kingfisher here and just hope for the best. No, you. The best did not come to fruition. You weren't supposed to push. I'll get the Great Kraken out on the board. At least its death leaves a leaping trap. Okay, there might be hope. I got the wolf pelt, surprisingly. I'll sacrifice the kingfisher to the leaping trap. I can get the moose back out, but I think I'd rather save it till the end. It wasn't an ideal battle. I've lost the hook already, but the skinning knife turns. So let's trade. I hope you brought pelts, because these creatures are prepared to rip your throat out. Trade for what you can, but know this. The rest will stay and fight for me. Just strip the front line and then get the moose back out. And just for fun, the wolf go. Let me relight your candles. I'll have to take the black goat. But the field mice, that could be nice later. Oh yes, I know. A hideous swarm of insects gathered around you. Reptiles slipped and slithered around your feet. You were now engulfed by the wetlands. The Trial of Blood. The 3 drawn cards must cost at least 4 blood combined to pass. The Trial of Wisdom. The 3 drawn cards must have at least 3 sigils among them to pass. And the Trial of Bones. The 3 drawn cards must cost at least 5 bones combined to pass. Well, cost-wise, I'd have to get the moose back. Sigil-wise, oh, I have several with several and no bones, so wisdom it is. Let the Trial of Wisdom begin. 2 from the Great Kraken, 3 from the Wolf Cub, and 3 from the Kingfisher. Success. The mirror one is annoying unless I'm against a strong opponent. But then again, that is a moment where it could truly shine. Against an opponent with higher damage than itself, it would be able to kill it and hopefully also deal damage to the coming foe. Yeah, we can hide the cat behind the stump. I'll be taking some damage. I am. I am taking 4 incoming damage. Using this, I will deal 3. It will keep me alive at least, I guess that's all I can ask for. Actually, never mind. The double attack does come in handy. Yet another Kingfisher. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. The Wolf Cub would instantly die. However, it would give rise to a stronger card later. Although this is going to be a war of attrition, isn't it? That's... Come to think of it, there's only one way to kill a underwater creature, right? That would be to have it take damage when it's attacking you. Well, the Mirror Kraken proved itself worthy, I guess. The Direwolf. Well, I have the Kingfisher, I could merge them together. But going down this path... No, merging the Kingfishers might be a better choice. We need duplicates. One for each of us. Having 2 kingfishers on the board means 2 more damage from the opponents. This procedure, it is grisly. Look away. Did I? You have now but 1 kingfisher. It is stronger. Yes. Place the kingfisher down there. I'm trying to think why I placed it in front of an enemy. Oh. Small think, you know me. Always on that small think grind. How disappointing. Sheesh. I have nothing to sacrifice. The Great White. The decrepit wood carver appeared before you. She moved with a certain vigor in spite of her considerable age. I have 2 wolves. None of these are wolves. I neither have lizard nor insect. Yeah. Stingy lizards. The grey-haired woman silently collected her carvings and left. Onwards to the next battle. Yet again, I did not start with the cat starting to become a problem. It'll deal 3 damage, but it will perish. Get the wolf cub on the board and grab the cat. The wolf cub is flying. Well... I can take damage. And this guy will perish, whatever. Huh? This is not... That should be enough, right? Scooching along barely. This isn't going great. I do not wish to risk... or... Increasing a card is risky, but it could pay off. That is, if it's giving me power. Otherwise I'll have to make 2 sacrifices. which I honestly don't think I can afford at this moment. And another direwolf. That means that if it's damage, I can risk it all the way, I guess. Ah. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its health, said the hungry survivor. Well, the wolf cub. Keep it right there, said one survivor. No, the creature could become more powerful. But the survivors looked hungrier by the second, so I pulled away. The survivors were right about the flames. They had enhanced the creature's health. Spotting a few of the survivors drooling, you made a hasty retreat with your wolf cub. Okay, still have to make a sacrifice, but whatevs, give the direwolf damage to the Great White, yeah. That's a pretty good card now. We'll just hope that we get the chance to play it. What you first mistook for a misshapen boulder appeared to be a hulking man. You attempted to sneak past him, but your foot made contact with a metal bucket. Bring fish. We immediately get the wolf cub on the board at least. Thus we can get the cat. Yeah. You can take the aqua squirrel. They'll deal damage, but that will happen. That's enough to finish it. Go fish. That Shumbuck will fight back, but that's hardly an issue. Yep, this is the end. Only one more battle and that... it's hardly the worst. Reignite. What do you grant me this time, Leslie? Oh, the tadpole. The free card. We will need another map. Pine needles crunched beneath your feet. You drew in a breath of the fresh, scented air. You were embraced by the woodlands. Okay. I need a good totem. The Lamargeir. It's good. If I design a totem based around giving me bones, that could become really powerful. The decrepit wood carver appeared before you. She moved with a certain vigor in spite of her considerable age. None of these are... we have a lizard. And the moose I have is not intended to die. The grey-haired woman silently collected her carvings and left. Stingy. Why won't she give me anything good? The free tadpole. Wait, why did I I didn't have to sacrifice the tadpole. I just did, I guess. Oh. Eek. It's painful to see. And it's not over. I think I'll go for the extra item and possibly a pack rat at next junction if I get the opportunity. Trial of Bones. Trial of Power. The 3 drawn cards must have at least 4 attack power combined to pass. Trial of Kin. 2 of the 3 drawn cards must be kin to pass. Kin isn't happening. Bones isn't happening. I guess there's only one left. Let the trial of power begin. 3 from the moosebuck, 0 from the tadpole, and 4 from the great white. The trial was passed. Ooh, I like the backpack symbol, but the rest of them isn't all that great. The bat, no. I think I'll take the alpha. Probably the best of the bunch. I think this one will be the best. Now the path branches, and I don't want to go to... But I want the totem. I kinda want to shot at a better totem. But now that I have an item, I can't even buy the knife. And I don't want any pelts to plug me up, so... Ah, guess it's an item. Either way, I'm getting 1 extra card in my deck. Oh, would you look at that? You know, in a bit of an odd scenario, I'm actually going to get these 2 out on the deck. Oh wait, it's not odd, it's just strategy. I did not think... I did not remember that the chart was that powerful. Kinda don't want the wild bull. The bloodhound is... that's okay, I guess. If it's a power, I'll try the bloodhound. Ah, it's health. The warm light of a campfire was a welcome sight, though the 10 hungry eyes around it dampened the greeting. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its health, said one. Health, none of these really need that much health, really. I guess I'll give it to the bloodhound. Surely a creature could be more powerful, but you would need to risk another moment by the fire. Sure. The health of the bloodhound was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. Well, there's another totem chance. Now I have to survive this battle. Cat. Just get the great white on the border. There, it's over. Okay, as long as I get like a good starting deck, the final boss battle or this coming boss battle shouldn't be a problem. I just realized the problem with building a deck based around The Bloodhound is slightly cheaper, and it has more health. Hang on. How many... Can I check, like, my deck? No. I guess the longer guy with twice attack is incredibly good if I have a bunch of bones. I just hope that wasn't the only direwolf I had. It was. Shit. You came upon the old woodcarver who fixed her intense gaze upon you. After an overlong moment of silence, she moved to offer her carvings. Bones or impose a double attack on the thingamajig. I think it's quite obvious what I should take. Let's hope for a good battle. Stink. Not west. Gold? I can smell it. How should I think my first step will be to do this. And the wolf cub, the cat. I'll take 3 damage this round, so I need to use one of the pliers. Okay, that's good. The wolf will however die to the adder. I will maintain my position. I think I should just wait and see how the board advances. Also, that will make my mule and her pack. That will make this one a lot more powerful come the next round. So that's no longer an issue. There's gold in them cards. What? What? Gold! I've struck gold! Yeah, you might have struck gold, but that won't be enough. To clear a space for the cat to enter next turn. And also they'll be clearing the other spaces. Hit him. He has bifurcated attack. Interesting. I'll do that simply for the extra bones, and the The cat will perish, but so be it. Oh, never mind. Cat didn't have to perish. You will not perish quite yet. Wolf, opossum, and raven egg. Of these one, raven egg is probably the best. A moment. Well, here we are. My totem is probably as good as it gets. And even if I did get the wolf head, it would mean something, but I don't think I'm going to hedge my bets on it. Having extra items is valuable. I'll take the extra items I can get. A squirrel. This should be okay. A good start is essential. The end is upon us. What will you do? 2 flames will not suffice this time. The mole man. And it's cat on the board, cat on the board. Everyone come, it's the cat on the board. Aye. Ish. Grant me aim. I won't deal any damage this turn and I'll lose the cat at this rate, so... Yeah, it is what it is. I lost the cat to other reasons that I first envisioned. Okay, I will take on to the 5. This isn't enough. I hate my teeth. I mean, go ahead. GG, I guess. Have an aqua squirrel. I was wondering if you were about to, like, spare me, but no. Yeah, and no mercy here. You made it so far. Well, thanks, Lesha, I try. Let's try the other one. And see how that goes. Now is Alpha and Skink. The Alpha is a bit expensive. Are your pelts clean? Hair pelts? Well, and the mantis. These are exquisite, my thanks. Compliments to the chef, as they say. not prepared to fuse cards, give me the pack rat. Your pack was full, but a small critter approached. A pack rat, always useful. Let's hope for a nice, calm, and successful run. Namaste. Okay. I can place the mantis here. And it will simply uphold. Okay. Those two just enjoy swapping places, I guess. Direwolf pup. Well, now I'll win. No need to try to make it more than it is. Wait, what is it there? Those look like cards. Don't feel the need to merge anything, but don't really want to use the fireplace. And I'll get another pack rat, I guess. Your pack was full, but a small creature approached. A pack rat, always useful. If I can get several pack rats and get it to the mushroom guys. 8/8 pack rat, anyone? The flying pronghorn. I mean, that does mean it won't attack my guys, so... There. And... I'll have to draw another card. Wolf cub. Get it? No. In situations where I do not think I'm, or I don't think I'm guaranteed to win, I might take you up on that offer. But this situation, nah, victory is mine. Whether you like it or not. Yeah, it was worth it for that one tooth. Yeah, definitely. But I'll try to build a wolf deck. This guy already sucks. Oh, actually, no. Take the direwolf pup and add it onto the mantis. Then we get a mantis god after one turn. It does have that stupid anger symbol, but that's acceptable losses. Now the wolves are swimming? What? What is this? Yeah. If I could get the pack rat on the board. Oh. Ah, mon Dieu. C'est tragique. Huh? Take one hit, you raccoon. Okay, I can spawn the coyote, so we're good. Some runs I really care about how much... what's it called again? Teeth I get, even though I never use them. Don't know why I do this. Why is the great white covered in blood actually? I don't think it means anything, but it's mysterious. The decrepit wood carver appeared before you. She moved away. All fed. Great start. The grey-haired woman silently collected her carvings and left. Another pack rat, all full, but a pack rat, always useful. This is going to be an oops all pack rat, isn't it? First to draw, oops all pack rats. At least I'll be able to place one. Where's that town of mine? That's wrong, boys. There we go. Okay, then you can just die. I'll save the rest of my cards as I actually want to be able to take out the pack mule. Oh, a cat. My mule! Curse you! Well, I drew too many Axel squirrels. And the bloodhound. There. At least I have a bunch of pack rats. There's gold in them cards. I don't know about gold, but there's bones at least. Well, I'll place coyotes to begin with. Get him. Uh-oh. Well, whatever. Oh. I have nothing that will survive that attack. Go pack rat. And then go coyote. Totally unnecessary workaround, but hey. It's what you get. And then the bat, why not? Make sure to do as much damage as possible. Just the way the cookie crumbles. Let me relight your candles. The cockroach, the turkey vulture, and the great white. A killable trait will be nice on Oh yes, I know. What will it be nice on? The relief of fresh air quickly gave way to a bone-shaking chill. You guessed at the path as the snow increasingly obscured it. You had climbed to the snow line. Well, trial of wisdom. The trial of bones. Trial of kin. Wisdom is certainly not impossible, it's not guaranteed. It's pretty much guaranteed, right? Let the trial of wisdom begin. 4 from the mantis, 1 from the cockroach, and 1 from the wolf cub. The trial was passed. The moose buck, the ant queen, and the kingfisher. Take the moose buck. And then a totem piece. The decrepit wood carver appeared before you. She moved with a certain vigor in spite of her considerable age. Still refuses to move away let's go. Without another word, the wood carver was gone. Now, we need to build a wolf deck. None of these are wolves. Oh. Raccoon, no. I'm sorry. Eesh. Get the pack rat out on the board. An hourglass, that's quite good. Oh, ooh, even the amount I sacrifices has something to say. It would have been nice to know that beforehand. But anyhow, so both of these paths will give me a challenge, they'll give me a battle. Question is just how many teeth do I have? 6. And I've increased prices. No way I'm going to the trapper. So the question is just whether I want a campfire or might be a controversial opinion, but pack rat. Trial of bones, trial of kin, and the trial of power. Power isn't impossible. Might not be likely. Kin, there's 3, 4. Bones is quite unlikely considering I only have 1. No, bone isn't unlikely, but it requires 2 cards. I think power is actually the most likely one. Let the trial of power begin. 3 from the mooseback, 2 from the bloodhound, and 2 from the coyote. Success. Direwolf, pup, bat, and turkey vulture. A direwolf pup, probably. I won't allow you to take more items. In their stead, take this. A pack rat. Always useful. This isn't a good idea. I'm way too many pack rats. To play that moose pack, you'll need to sacrifice 3 different creatures. Yeah, true. True that. Is there any point, really? I probably should have waited. I mean, it's unkillable, but I can't afford it. Using the skip turn at this point is pointless. By wasting my first round, I have forfeited this game. Crying on the inside, woohoo. How disappointing. Well, what you see is what you get, as they say. Sure. Oh no. What shall I paint for you? That's a really good question, actually. Not more direwolf. No, not more pack rats. You know what? Sure, direwolf. Although take the normal one. Yes. Let's see what I can do. I tried my best. A 2-1 direwolf pup is slightly better. I can't lose this one, so if need be, I'll use the time. Okay. But I actually got an elk phone, so this is okay. There, I'll survive. And then, is this the power? No. Placing this down, I'll take... This one will be attacked, so it will... I'll use the pack rat, I guess. Oh. Tragic. Replay. Ugh. Kingfisher and the card Kraken. Sup, trader? Show me some exquisite belts, bro. Oh, yeah, belts? Nah. A wolf, I guess, and mealworm. Yo, you big preach, bro. Okay. Totem. Totem all the way, you know. A decrepit wood carver appeared before you. She moved with a certain vigor in spite of her considerable age. Wolf head, let's go. Hunched down to place your offering in your pack. When I looked up again, the ancient woman had vanished. What? How did she do that? Well... Ugh. survive the first round. And of course it is swimming creatures. Yeah, no, I'll need to take out the mole in order to survive. Okay, I'll survive. So I'm suddenly a bit worried, but no, I will survive. Nope, you're not surrendering, you're taking this beating. There. Take all of it. Damn Leshy. Who does he think he is? Cards never the trapper. Bloodhound. And a pack rat. I just gotta try not to flood my deck again. All full. Pack rat. Always useful. No. Well, the gambling would be fun, but too risky. I can skip around. Oh shit, I'll take 2 damage, meaning I'll need to deal at least 1. Why am I stupid again? Alternatively, I can just take them both out. Big happy. Are you not gonna send out more cards, Leshy? You're just taking the beating head on. Respectable, I guess, but foolish. That's the most amount of overkill I will deal this entire run. Holding it right here. Blackout. And a totem. The decrepit woodcarver appeared before you. She moved with a certain vigor in spite of her considerable age. Garbage. Without another word, the woodcarver was gone. I hate the cards that move around. They're just annoying. I can't manage to keep track of them, and that's entirely my fault, but it makes it too difficult to use them. I'll take no damage the first round, so I'll accept it. Then I'll simply just pack rat, go! And then I can just, you know, draw cards. Well, it is what it is. Slightly buff give me that slight extra damage. Didn't matter, but it wouldn't have anyways. Oh, a sacrifice. Putting the black goat onto the mealworm could be good. Alternatively, I could hope for another totem base. I think I'll do that. I like going a bit risky. Tired of that X, that's exactly what I wanted. Strong wolf. Strong canine. You came upon the old wood carver who fixed her intense gaze upon you. After an overwhelming moment of silence, she moved to offer her carvings. I mean, the flying one is... I'd like to use it to actually kill. Without another word, the wood carver was gone. It's a problem I've realized before, if I use the flying one, I'll forget that I'm using it. And then I won't kill something I thought I would kill. I won't allow you to take more items in there, instead take this. Your second pack rat. Always useful, but don't let it clog up your inventory. It's an easy mistake to make. Ooh, you took in the familiar sights and scents of the trapper's pelts. But something was different. The once friendly man now beheld you with a steely gaze. An exquisite pelt you shall make. I can get the direwolf pup out on the board, but it will die. So actually, in this case, there is no issue with placing it down like this. Oh hey! I tricked you, game. Raccoon boy, clear up this path. Oh. And the pack rat. No, it's okay. Going quite simple. It is the end of my turn. Ooh. Let's trade. Such powerful creatures. Choose wisely. Trade for what you can, but know this. The rest will stay and fight for me. Hey, the hourglass. Ash. He's wiping the floor. Shouldn't have given him the chance. In a surprising twist of events, I might be fucked. I can pull a tooth. But that won't be enough, will it? Oh, well. Why am I doing so terribly tonight? Is it this deck that sucks or is it me? Ah, jeez. Defeat. That was the first boss as well. Eesh. Well, I mean, one more try, I guess. This will be the defining moment. If I failed this time as well, it's my fault. No, it's the deck's fault. So what am I saying? It's not my fault. What am I am anticipating some extraordinary pelts. Hair pelts? The mantis and the grizzly. Oh, the red heart. I think it's too early to bank on the red heart. You have my gratitude. If I could get a sacrifice chain going, it would be amazing, but until that point it's too risky. The decrepit wood carver appeared before you. She moved with a certain vigor in spite of her considerable age. Yep. You hunched down to place her offering in your pack. When you looked up again, the ancient woman had vanished. Okay. Moving birds. Okay, wait, moving birds. Guess I'll place it here then. And then draw an extra card. Yeah, it's okay if you do it like this. The direwolf pup. It will give you a deal. I'm going to hope for some overkill. I'll have to do it this way. And then the coyote. Well, what do you know? Now the great overkill. You're not giving me the wolf one. I'll take the elk one. Of all things, a wild bull. A group of starving survivors stood around the dying campfire. There is room for a creature around the fire, one said. The warmth will enhance its power, said another. One of the survivors said nothing at all, but could not stop licking their lips. Powerful mantis. Surely your creature could become more powerful, but you would need to risk another moment by the fire. Push your luck, or pull away. Ah, thanks. The survivors were right about the flames. They had enhanced the creature's power. Spotting a few of the survivors drooling, you made a hasty retreat with your mantis. Nice. Yeah. What is this? Place the raccoon somewhere safe. Unfortunately, the raccoon will be little more than sacrifice. Nope. I have 3 bone tokens. No. Well, this is annoying. But that... it let me survive. But it's a waste. What am I doing? Oh, jeez. I got the mantis, but without a card to place it down, it's worthless. Oh no, wait, I will survive another round. Oh, wait, the sacrifice may not have been in vain? Oh. You have me here, I surrendered. I'll take it. Might have been able to clutch a win there, but oh. Get around, left, middle, right, it's time to pick a stone. I'll be darned, you came across me early. Okay, it's a delay on the stream unfortunately. Left, middle or right, which boulder should I pick? I'll be darned, you came across me early. Care for a game a chance? Pick a boulder and I'll break it. If it's gold, it's yours. Show me where to strike. Left, middle, right, let's see. Come up, come on. Will it be the left boulder, the middle boulder, or the right boulder? Simple answer is... middle. That's at least where it tends to be. So, what will you choose? Will you choose the left boulder, the right boulder, or the middle boulder? And why did I take them that direction? Oh, well then. Second, the time is ticking. So, time is water. Well, it's the middle one. It'll be darned, it's gold. Golden pelt just for me. Ish. Water in the airways. Not pleasant. Okay. Sacrifice. I didn't want this. I can improve the grizzly, I suppose. But I can't give up a cheap card. I'll give up the wild bull, why not? Don't really want it anyways. Yep. Oh no, the choices seem harsh for the coming events. This one will move around. It will be here. Oh, a grizzly. I'll take 2 damage. This deck isn't good. I might be blaming the deck even when it's my fault, but you know, why wouldn't I? And by jolly, oh geez, Governor. I've used all my items. The crow went in the wrong direction. Oh, yeesh. The last one is the Mantis card. Because of course it is. present this. Unfortunately, there is a card in the way. Quite a bit of overkill, but at what cost? I can't afford sacrifices at this point. Sheesh. The Kingfisher, I guess. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its power, said the hungry survivor. Keep it right there, said one survivor. The creature could become more powerful, but the survivors looked hungrier by the second. Push your luck or pull away. No. In an instant, several survivors set upon the beast. Blood and bones littered the campsite as the poor creature was torn limb from limb. Sick to your stomach, you turned away from the carnage and retreated. Here, keep the bones. I need the items. Squirrel. With the amount of cards I have that are way too expensive, I'll have to. The trapper sat hunched beside one of his traps, slowly cranking it open. He gingerly removed a mangled hair from the steel teeth, but left the trap unhinged. You shouldn't have come here. No, I shouldn't. I could spend a lot to get the grizzly out on the board, but it wouldn't last long. But at this point, I don't know what other choices I have. I can clear the leaping trap and place a coyote there. Oh wait, the grizzly's moving. Huh. Yeah. He will die anyways, so it's for the best. It is the end of my turn. Let's trade. I hope you brought pelts, because these creatures are prepared to rip your throat out. Trade what you can, but know this, the rest will stay and fight for me. I was not supposed to pick that one. It is what it is. And, Flying Mantis. Strange choices. You don't get to tell me how to live my life. So, this is pretty much set. There isn't much I can do to prolong the suffering. light. The elk fawn, the pronghorn, and the wolf. Having a cheap card is important at the place I am. We will need another map. Tepid water flooded your boots. Flies swarmed around you. You had entered the wetlands. I do love a challenge, but oh, it's not a challenge really, it's gambling. The Trial of Health, 3 of the drawn cards must have at least 6 health combined to pass. Trial of Blood, the 3 drawn cards must cost at least 4 blood combined to pass. The Trial of Bones, the 3 drawn cards must cost at least 5 bones combined to pass. Well, health isn't, well, it's not impossible, it's unlikely. I need the Grizzly to succeed. Blood. Direwolf Pup and 2 others could work. Oh, the Grizzly Bones doesn't work, so it's Blood. Let the trial of blood begin. Mantis, Grizzly, let's go! 1 from the Mantis, 3 from the Grizzly, and 2 from the Direwolf Pup. You have passed. The mealworm, the moosebuck, and the great bite. None of these are made of stone moosebuck. Not terrible. But the mealworm that I can sacrifice for more bones than I started with, I think that is more usable. Especially if I can add strength onto it. The warm light of a campfire was a welcome sight, though the 10 hungry eyes around it dampened the greeting. Warm a creature by the fire enhance its power, said one. We considered leaving the creature by the fire for another moment. This would be risky. Push your luck or pull away. The power of the mealworm was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. Right now the mealworm is really useful. Although starting with it doesn't exactly show its use. Although the Mantis, it's... I haven't thought about that, but having a card able to finish the round that quickly, that's nice. Well, wait, I know what the bell one does now. And it's actually quite good. Scissors. Ugh. I won't take much damage. I'll put the elf on here just to keep it in place. Oof. Oof, the ants. Killing this one kill the worker ant, meaning it will enter the screen. All of these will deal 3. I'll be killed. Only thing I can do in this scenario is to use a squirrel or the scissors. So now I can survive the 1 damage I'll take, so... Actually, I won't take any damage. The raccoon. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Oh, I just realized why it's like this. No, actually, it's not nothing special. But still, I can't have the raccoon in the way. That shit. Ugh. When will a worthy challenger appear? When I get the proper deck in it. Kingfisher, Ant Queen, and Beehive. Beehive is nice in some situations. Just getting free sacrifices, but... the Kingfisher might be more all-rounded. Do I have anything I can merge? No. Do I have a totem? No. The decrepit woodcarver appeared before you. She moved with a certain vigor in spite of her considerable age. Without another word, the woodcarver was gone. Nice. I'll take this one so that I get the choice. Right, I'm faced with a small amount of damage, but as the bat cannot hurt the pawn, it's safe to send it out. The bell is 2. And I just have to get the coyote out on the board. It's stinky. Ugh. I'm not in a good situation. I made a terrible hand. If I pull the mealworm, too risky. I have to take out the worker ant. This will kill me. I would have died either way, you know. It is what it is. But this starting deck is not my strong suit. Tragic. Right. Back to the... Let's give this one more try. And I think we'll take... same conditions. If this doesn't work, I'll change to the tadpole one. So it's Field Mice and Beaver. That probably ain't happening. Have you brought me fine pelts? Hair pelts? Wolf cub. I will make good use of these. Totem is important. You came upon the old wood carver. You fixed her intense gaze upon you. After an oblong moment of silence, she moved to offer her carvings. The bird head. The grey-haired woman silently collected her carvings and left. Okay, flying protection. The wild bull. I have to place it here. The wild bull will throw the frozen opossum in the way. You know how. Great Kraken. That hardly helps me. Let's just do this the easy way. The hook is nice, but you know, it has its moments where I don't really want to waste it. Please grant me a... I was going to say please grant me a good Kraken, but that's a terrible one. As you see, a terrible one. Let's go for an item, sure. A black goat. More versatile. No, that's not more versatile, but it's useful. There. Like this. That wolf cub. Either way, that'll win, so it doesn't matter if I place it. Well, it is what it is. So, wild bull, direwolf pup, and direwolf pup, I guess. No, wait, I'm not supposed to make a wolf deck. Your pack was full, but a small creature approached. A pack rat, always useful. Well, this is a start. It's swimming. Yep, Do it like this. Now I need to do it like this. Still doesn't help me, I'm dying. What? Wait, what happened to me? I used to be better than this, come on. It's painful to see. Yeah. Now I'll take the cuckoo. Can't afford to take expensive cards this time. Yet I get another pack rat. A pack rat, always useful. I'm starting to wonder if they're more of a curse, Leslie. The decrepit wood carver appeared before you. She moved with a certain vigor, in spite of her considerable age. None of these are really good. A grey-haired woman silently collected her carvings and left. The trapper stood before you. Out of habit, you reached for your collection of teeth. The man grimaced and shook his head. An exquisite pelt ye shall make. Okay. How do I do this? They won't move due to issues. I can place the Great Kraken here. I can place the Great Kraken there, but by doing that I've ruined my chances. And it's a mirror. Won't do me much good. A raven. Let's see. Okay, I'll survive this. There is hope, but I've spent quite a bit of items to do it. Ish. Fill my hand with good cards before the end draws near. Let's see. I can use the magpie to look for good cards. But none of these will really be all that good yet. Well, it's a lot of murder going on this battle. A lot of drawing. The skinning knife turns. Let's trade. I hope you brought pelts, because these creatures are prepared to rip your throat out. Trade for what you can, but know this, the rest will stay and fight for me. This one, I mean, a flying raven egg, not really anything spectacular. I'll take the sparrow and the kingfisher. Strange choices. I'll have to draw a card. So it's strange kingfisher here, stop this king from doing anything. And the... Again, I'm not certain if the egg is going to crack. It probably will. Yeah. Well, it hardly matters. Reignite. What is this? I know I'm not getting rare cards, but those were just bad. Let me think. The air grew thick with moisture. The buzzing and chirping of insects drowned out the sound of your footfalls. You beheld the wetlands. The tadpole, the mealworm, and... ooh, the blackout. I don't have any specific cards I'd want to duplicate, so no Goobert. I don't want another... An item would be nice, but I think I can get it with the pack rat next battle. So now it's... Perhaps place a pack rat on the wolf cub. Yeah. I think that's going to be good. Let's hope for the... Forgot that. Oh no. Ah, it's the hand one, of course it is. Then I will... I'll draw, not do anything. The cuckoo. Ish. I will survive this round. I'll just place the cuckoo down. I can always sacrifice it need be. Grant me a... I'd need to take the strongest card, I'd imagine. I can get it with the... Yep. This might not even guarantee me the victory, but at this point... The adder... No... it was just a waste of items. Am I just bad? When will a worthy challenger appear? I'm just no good with these decks for some reason. The Trial of Bones, the 3 drawn cards must cost at least 5 bones combined to pass. The Trial of Kin, 2 of the 3 drawn cards must be kin to pass. The Trial of Health, the 3 drawn cards must have at least 6 health combined to pass. I have no bone cards. I have several kin cards. I think that's the most likely one. Let the trial of kin begin. Kingfisher, direwolf pup, and kingfisher. Success. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh no, a sacrifice. You know what? I can sacrifice the black. No bone. I have no bones. Take a kingfish. If should have just saved the items. I won't survive waiting, unfortunately. This really is bad. I have reached a standstill. No, I forgot about that part. We'll draw from here first. The pack rat will have to wait then. Oof. It's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Take out the coyote. Of the hourglass. The skunk. One extra overkill. Good enough for me. Don't have pelts, don't want money. Right. The tadpole, it's free. Like just sacrificing the black goat over onto it could be good. The decrepit wood carver appeared before you, moved with a certain vigor in spite of her considerable age. I'll take the snakehead. You hunched down to place your offering in your pack. When you looked up again, the ancient woman had vanished. I can choose kin, and then 2 campfires. 2 campfires could actually be better. I wouldn't have to be as risky. Hopefully, at least. This is the great use of the tadpole. I can get the pack rat on the board instantly. This is the terrible news for the pack rat. Well, it's okay. Yes. There is still hope. Hope is fading. I can't risk dying. I won't be able to kill. I should have just drawn the squirrel. Can I destroy this one? Nope, too far away. Then it's... I think that's what I'll have to do in order to survive. I bet you would... That's not what I was supposed to do, but hey, now I have no black vote at least. We're surviving, if only barely. Okay. The tadpole is... yes, it's a lizard, so... I think I'll try to build some lizards. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its health, said the hungry survivor. Keep it right. No, I don't think I can risk that. Too risky. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its power, said the hungry survivor. This no, actually, wolf cub is better. This one I'm going to risk. Keep it right there, said one survivor. The creature could become more powerful, but the survivors looked hungrier by the second. Push your luck or pull away. Before you could stop them, one of the survivors seized the wolf cub and began tearing at its flesh. The other survivors followed the example and began devouring your creature alive. Fearing for your own life, you retreated. The bones are yours. Jeez. You beheld an immense man slouched beside a mucky pond. He appeared to be tearing hunks of flesh from a fish corpse. Some chunks were thrown back to the pond where a few ghoulish birds snapped them up, and some were sloppily pushed into the hulking man's mouth. Go fish! Mario, go fish! Kingfisher. It'll attack above, so there is hope for my young Kraken. There. Now we get the... Now he has a squirrel, good for him. And it will die, unfortunately. From what I understand, you cannot take an item here, so I'll take that, the angler. I was wrong. What do I do? I mean... It's Jover. But I can't even... I can't put it down. He'll steal it. And here, this tadpole will save the day. Go, little tadpole. Don't go to sleep. It's Jover, you guys. Huh. Go, fish. What? I know I've completed it, but at least I know it's good. Might have to consider using the more and stronger enemies one. But that would just be too risky, I feel. So, are your pelts clean? Hair pelts. I mean, considering the options, these are exquisite. My thanks. Hang on, let's see. I don't think I have enough cards to merge. The warm light of a campfire was a welcome sight, though the 10 hungry eyes around it dampened the greeting. One could reach by the fire enhance its power, said one. I mean the rabbit, I guess. Keep it right there, said one survivor. The creature could become more powerful, but the survivors looked angrier by the second. Push your luck or pull, oh, it's too risky. The fire warmed the wary rabbit and enhanced its power. You suspected the intentions of the survivors were less than pure. With your rabbit in tow, you retreated into the woods. I mean, considering I only took one chance, I probably should have chosen another one, but... it is what it is, I guess. Those wacky little birds, they just love pushing each other around, you know. Anyways, here's another field mice. Now, on an earlier run, I did have some luck with the... what is it? Not a tadpole, I'm taking that. But I did have some luck with the unkillable and the fecundity sigils together. Maybe I should try that again. The unkillable on the fecundity. In fairness, I may... no. There's a possibility that I should have waited and hoped for the possibility of getting a Ouroboros, but that is too unlikely. Okay, let's see here. We get it back. And now... or, well... In a second. Scoop, no. I want to test something out. Wait a minute, Leshy. It works. It just works. This is the most, efficient one, but I want to have a little fun. There. 3 field mice. 2 of them have fecundity sigils. So there. Now I'm basing my build around the mice, but they don't have a type, do they? So I'll go with lizard. And the pack rat. All full, but a pack rat, always useful. Making the unkillable fecundity mice might have been a mistake. But it is what it is, I suppose. I'll have to live with my mistakes. Get the field mice out of the way. What's the plan, at least? But this is not another adder. Well, take that. I didn't want to pull a skink. But it doesn't matter. Building the totem. Rattler. That is possible to achieve now. Pack rat, that on the... You know what, put that on the kick. That would be good, probably. You came upon the old woodcarver who fixed her intense gaze upon you. After an overlong moment of silence, she moved to offer her carvings. I don't have one. You hunched down to place her offering in your pack. When you looked up again, the ancient woman had vanished. Well. It's Jover. But are we Barak? A rotten scent caused you to retch. Doubled over, a mucky boot entered your field of view. You looked up to behold an unnaturally large figure. Ringfish? We can instantly get the field mice out on the board. And I'll save the others, actually. I'll build an army of field mice, the likes of which the world has never seen. There. If I understand it correctly, he'll attack, and she will pull, yeah. we can get another field mice on the board. Go fish. Oh well. In hindsight, this wasn't the best idea, but go fish, I guess. I mean, I can get them both on the field. And do the same for those. And finish it. We're Barak. Need a light? Why, thank you, Leshy. The mud turtle, the skink, and the rat king. I'd rather have the mud turtle. This was the moment. The sun rose over the sleepy firs. Birds fluttered across the paths of wolves and elk. You were embarking upon the woodlands. That was the first boss, right? Wolf Cave is the best of these. Don't need you to reproduce the field mice, so make another geck for me, please. Just say you like the painting. Let me paint for you. I will aim for perfection. Geck. I will give it a try. What do you think? Exactly the same, that is acceptable. Place this in the path of the sparrow. Place the tadpole here and the rabbit there. Throw in the skink. I'll let it stay on hand for now. Now I can use it to take out the coyote. Eesh. How will I do this? I'll deal 4 damage and take 2. I mean, so it's not the worst, also I'll get to place the rattler. Yeah, that seems about right. Nope. Place the geck and defeat the coyote. Yeah, we'll let it play out, Leshies. Maybe I can get a lot of money. I may kinda ever so slightly increase the amount of damage I do. Nah, never mind. Well, then. Don't want to take the trapper sacrifice. I don't think I have anything planned for that. So I'll take the gambling. Trial of Wisdom. The 3 drawn cards must have at least 3 sigils among them to pass. Trial of Kin. 2 of the 3 drawn cards must be kin to pass. The Trial of Bones. The 3 drawn cards must cost at least 5 bones combined to pass. I have a lot of snakes. I have a lot of sigils. But you know what? It's a little more fun. Let the Trial of Kin begin. Gek, Rattler and Tadpole, you have passed. Now, don't need you. The middle one is also useless, I'll take the porcupine. Just an unkillable first line defense. A group of starving survivors stood around a dying campfire. There is room for a creature around the fire, one said. The warmth will enhance its power, said another. Through the field mice once, surely a creature could become more powerful, but you would need to risk another moment by the fire, which I won't. The power of the field mice was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began putting a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. I will not risk the life of my mice. The wolf cub have the open sea. Tadpole will meet the rabbit. Wolf will die. The wolf survived. I don't know how it survived, but it did. Take out the porcupine and... It's a tad... you know what? Can't be bothered. There. How's this for a victory? You son of a bitch. I need to start paying attention to what these cards do. Totem boss battle is an important part of the gameplay. I'm turning. No, shut up, Leshy. You're taking this pounding and you're liking it. There. You hold on to that L for a little while until I lose again. I will probably need it shortly. Trial of Kin, 2 of the 3 card. Trial of Power, the 3 drawn cards must have at least 4 attack power combined to pass. Trial of Wisdom, 3 sigils. I mean, it's just easy to do the same, why don't we? Let the Trial of Kin begin. Tadpole, Gek and Gek. You passed. Oh shit. That sounds amazing. You came upon the old woodcarver who fixed her intense gaze upon you. After an overall moment of silence, she moved to offer her carvings. I guess they're flying defensive. You You hunched down to place your offering in your pack. When you looked up again, the ancient woman had vanished. Might not have been the best choice, come to think of it now. Oh no. Well... Place down the unkillable porcupine and the wolf cub. A rattler. A rabbit, I guess. Oh no, the tree's fighting back. It's okay. It's not over yet. Merge cards. Or sacrifice cards. I want to try for a better piece of the totem pole. Ah, bloodhound. Yeah. So we'll go here. You came upon the old woodcarver. After an overlong moment of silence, she moved to offer her carvings. Now this one can be quite good. You hunched down to place her offering in your pack. When you looked up again, the ancient woman had vanished. Right. We need duplicates. One for each of us. The gecko or the tadpole? Probably the tadpole. It doesn't really matter all that much. That one will be stronger at least. This procedure, it is grisly. Look away. They've changed voices. Wow. What have we done? Well, it is the prospector's turn to die. Stand in the way of me gold? Be darned. Okay. I just made a huge mistake. The coyote will kill itself. Alternatively, I can do this and this. Yeah. And get the porcupine on the board to stop the coyote, I guess. You coward, that mule was defenseless. Interesting. Situation is not good. Did I? Oh, I have already drawn the card. I think I'll do this for the magpie. Get the geck. Let the geck take wolf, and then have the rattler defeat the wolf. Was that enough? Yeah, it was. The situation is critical. There's gold in them cards. I took out all of them. Gold! I have strict gold! Should have drawn a... Get him. Boulder here. Give me the bloodhound. There. Not the lean victory I wanted, but my only shot at this. It will not perish quite yet. Rattle sparrow. No, it's a trapper left-ish. Let me see. The beauty of the falling snow could not distract you from the chill in your bones. Your body quaked in a futile attempt to maintain warmth. You had finally reached the snow line. I need those items. None of these are particularly good, but Lammergeir is at least cool. Squirrel, scissors, and yeah, black goat. It's a shit trader. Well, let's see how this goes. An elk. Ah, jeez. I'll take the elk. How disappointing. And now I have to go to this asshole. Jeez. Oh. I won't find better pals. I can't afford them. No. You have me gratitude. Might have to make a risk. A group of starving survivors stood around the dying campfire. There is room for a creature around the fire, one said. The warmth will enhance itself, said another. And the last one was licking their lips. We know how it goes. Improve the rattler, please. Surely a creature could become more powerful. Yeah, sure. The health of the rattler was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, he withdrew. I hate the stinky. Hang on, Now I'm uncertain if this is really going to work out the way I had hoped. I should have used an item. God darn it. That's not going. Oh no. I was a fool. Yeah, I think I'll survive at least. You guys are really mean, you know that? There. Are you going to give up soon, Leshy? You know, maybe there is a maybe I won't win this. Give up, please. I don't think there's victory in the cards for you, Leshy. Because I can move these cards around, Leshy, that's right. Can you? Nah. By doing nothing, I am weakening you. And now I have the chance to enact my final vengeance upon you. I do not believe there is a... I do not believe it's likely to beat the final boss. But I believe it's possible that we'll get there. What do I have of... I have 2 rattlesnakes, so I think I'll... can I check my cards again? Nope, I guess I'll sacrifice the black goat. Actually, I could have seen them there. The Bone Lord was deeply satisfied with your offering. It's been too long since I played this game last. Either that or I'm just bad. Or unlucky. Yeah, let's blame luck actually. That way I won't have to take as much blame. I can withstand the first hit. Now that being said, just because I can withstand the first hit does not mean I should. I am doomed myself. Hoped you have enjoyed this so far, because this is the end. I don't know, guys. It seems like it's over. Ah. Well, there you have it. So yeah, I think that will be the end. I don't have time for another run, so thanks for watching. Well, it's been fun. Of course, now that I haven't beaten the 2 remaining challenges, there will be another one next week on Monday. Granted, nothing in my schedule changes. And there will be Stardew Valley on Wednesday. And what is it called again? Terraria on Friday. And that's all that I will plan for now. There'll be a Oxygen Not Included stream coming sometime. I don't know exactly when I'll do it. It'll most likely be sometime when I suddenly have a lot of free time, so who knows when that will be. It being the finals month soon. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll